Hi folks, Greg here. I know the channel's been a bit quiet recently. COVID kind of put the brakes on the European football weekend preview because, you know, weekend football turned into no football, then there was like loads of football. It's too hard to keep track of. I might bring it back for the Champions League, we'll see, but that's not why I'm here today. I'm not really like I'm not like a PES news kind of YouTuber or anything, but some pretty big news came out today, so I thought I'd try and tackle it, at least give you my thoughts on it, what I expect, what I hope. So apologies, this might be a bit kind of rambly because I'm not very good at these like off the cuff ones. It's going to be a bit like a stream but without the live streaming element, so you've been warned. But the big news basically today is that PES have confirmed that there will essentially be no PES 2021, and instead there was going to be PES 2022 on a brand new engine next year. What we're getting this year is just a season update, they're calling it. They're saying it's going to be a competitively priced season update. And assuming that's just going to be DLC, I don't think we're going to see PES 2021 on the shelves or anything. I'm assuming there'll just be PES 2020 still on the shelves, and you just add, you download 2021 into the game. But we'll see. Again, it's a bold move. But first of all, just what I was going to do, I was going to do that thing where I'm on my computer and we'll watch the trailer together. But apparently Konami have been taking them down, copyright claiming them, so that's fair enough. So it's easy enough to go and find it. It's not got a lot to it though. It's just a render of Messi in the new Barcelona shirt. Obviously it looks fantastic. The detail on the kit, Messi himself, looks amazing. That's all. That's all we see though. It's just a player model, and to be honest, player models I thought were already really good in the Fox engine, so it's kind of whatever. The press release has a bit more information. So the press release say a couple of interesting points where the title is being developed with an updated engine. So this isn't quite true because the trailer has Unreal Engine at the start. So this is the big news. PES is going to be on the Unreal Engine from now on, not the Fox engine. And then it also says, the press release says, we aim to begin testing of our next gen title sometime between mid 2021 and with an estimated release date later in the same year. So maybe that says maybe they're going to have a beta or whatever. They're going to have that in the summer of next year. So maybe we'll get a chance to play it then, give our feedback, and then they can work on it from there. That'd be good. So that's basically the news that came out today. Big news is PES is going to be on Unreal Engine, and I just want to start off by saying I totally support this. I think this is a good decision. I can easily just go another year of playing 2020. I mean, it's not a great game, but I can easily go another year of playing 2020 because, I mean, let's face it, if we got 2021 this year, how good was it going to be really? And now PES is actually going to be treated like a proper next gen title. When do you ever see PES or FIFA be announced a year and a half before it actually comes out? Never. This is the kind of thing we'd see for Uncharted or whatever, like a quote proper game. So that's exciting. PES is actually, we're gonna see a PES game with like a proper development time, because they only get 9 months to develop these, and it's how much can you expect really? Especially because PES's team will be nowhere near the size of FIFA's, so you need to consider that as well. And I think we can all agree PES has been in dire need of a new engine for quite a long time. Fox engine, it was nice for a couple of years. I think in particular PES 2018 was the high point of it. PES 2018 I think was fantastic. It's gone kind of down since then. I still think 2020 is better than 2019. I think 2019 was the low point on PS4. But it's like the engine's pretty much had its day, I think. And I think it's important to remember this engine it wasn't made for PES, it was made for Metal Gear Solid. So it's made for Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain. As far as I know, I think they're the only other two games that this engine has ever been used on. And it was kind of ironic, so it was made for those games, but it got put on like 8 PES games. Like, PES got much more use out of it than Metal Gear ever did. Because, Kojima, he had that falling out with Konami, and then he made Death Stranding on Horizon's engine, I think, so there you go. But yeah, I think from 2014 to 2020, you can see the kind of skeleton through all of those games. There's still stuff there's still stuff that I see in 2020 that I spotted in 2014 as well. Same animations, same mistakes, same general kind of clunkiness. The same fucking side foot shots that look like they're on a string, you know, like with like an unrealistic amount of like banana curl on them. Like that's always kind of annoyed me. But yeah, it's just a bit of a shame. See if we got a roster update for PES 2018 and not 2020. I'd be happy playing that for another year, but it's just a shame that it's, you know, 2020. But there we go. So first, just to go over what I think this season update will be. I wouldn't get too excited by it, to be honest. What I expect are, we'll see updated rosters, obviously, or squads, updated teams, you know, in terms of promotion, relegation, updated strips, that kind of thing. They'll probably update the UI a little bit. Like I don't think you'll see Pjanic in the Juventus shirt, because, you know, he's gone to Barcelona now. So you might see like PES 2021 and, you know, the logo. Once because, you know, games do change with DLC. You know, like how much something like Apex has changed from, you know, the first day it came out to now. Even like the kind of tile in your PS4's home menu will change. That's the kind of thing that can change with DLC. But apart from that, I wouldn't expect too much, to be honest. So one of my main kind of in my review for 2020. One of my kind of pet peeves was that it was really lacking in that TV style presentation. The camera angle helped a lot, but TV presentation, you know, we were still missing those, you know, official, you know, ad boards, transitions, you know, graphics for the lineup, things like that. And in fairness, it has actually improved a little on that over the course of the year. So a couple of months after the game came out, for leagues like Serie A, Eredivisie and that, we got the official ad boards, you know, that you see by the pitch, and we got official kind of transitions, so we saw like the official Serie A kind of wipe, and that really adds to it. That was good, but we still didn't see, you know, the scoreboards change. And then later on, we got the Euro 2020 DLC, and that had all that stuff and added scoreboards as well, which, you know, obviously it's the least that you could expect from like official Euro 2020, but there's really no reason why this can't be implemented for the other leagues as well, because we had it with the Champions League and Europa League before. We got it for Euro 2020 now. There's no reason why we can't do it for like Serie A, Eredivisie, the leagues that they have the, you know, SPL, SPFL, the leagues that they have the full licenses for. I don't think there's any reason. I don't think that's too much to expect. You know, I really don't, especially if we're going to pay for it. I don't want to pay much more than, you know, £10 if we're just getting a roster update, to be honest. I think it's too much. Like I mentioned, I think, you know, I always thought it'd be good to have like a graphic editor. You know, we could create our own scoreboards. We could add our own, like, you know, entrance music for teams. You know, like Bayern play Can just now when they score. That'd be good to add, but you can't really do that because, you know, you can't store music on the PS4's hard drive anyway. That was like a PS3 thing. I don't know why they got rid of that. I like that. But so I wouldn't expect anything like that to be added, unfortunately. I think that's a bit too much to ask. My other gripes with 2020 were with like gameplay and stuff. So one of my main ones was how they'd taken away the knock-on, you know, where you held R2, I think it was, and you flicked the right stick and the player would knock it on a bit. That was because they changed the controls around for the finesse dribble and that, so I don't know if they'll be able to implement that back in, to be honest, because, you know, in terms of like DLC, I think that'd be a new engine kind of thing, because I don't know how game development works, but maybe you could find that someone tried to put that move back in, and then all of a sudden, like, there was no goalpost or something, you know, like that thing where like one line of code changing will affect millions of other lines of code. I think that's how it works. Other issues I had with 2020 are things like, you know, they'd I think I mention it on like every stream I do or every video I do, how they ruined that R3 flick up. How they used to be able to R3 flick it up and hit a nice volley or whatever, but now they just flick it like over their head and it's completely pointless. What's like annoying is, I think it's only me that finds it annoying. It's only me that's bothered by it. I've never seen anyone else complain about it, but it really bugs me. But I doubt that could get changed with like a data pack update as well. I mean, I think it could, but I just don't know if there's enough clamour for it outside me. Other things were, I think there's things that get better and worse with, each data pack. Sometimes players are too unresponsive, sometimes their first touch is really heavy, sometimes it just bounces off them without them registering, sometimes the defensive AI is like really bad. Things like that I would expect to just keep fluctuating, to be honest, in the next year. I think they'll keep releasing data packs and it'll just keep getting like better or worse. I don't think we're ever going to hit that kind of sweet spot where we're all agreed, this one works. I think like most people, I did prefer the demo for 2020. It's in the demo the finesse dribble actually meant something, and the skill moves worked a bit better as well. You could actually wriggle free from defenders a lot more, and the referees were stricter. They were too strict, to be fair. We need it's better than them being too lenient, I think. Like they are in the game we've got right now. You just get the computer just manhandling you like all the time, and you can't do anything about it. So that's what I'd like to see kind of addressed. I want nutmegs to come back as well. Nutmegs have been like messed up since in 2020 and 2019, so I'd like that to go back to normal. So that's what I expect and what I want from this season update. Now in terms of this new game in Unreal Engine, it's kind of hard to tell. We don't know anything about it yet. But I'm trying to think, what do I want from this new game? I want that to not be like that rough transition year, especially as we're having no game this year. I'm hoping that will kind of eradicate that, because when we moved to PS3, PES 2008 was a lot of people's like least favourite PES game. It's not my least favourite because it still shares quite a lot with the PS2 games. It's just worse, but it's not like, it's nowhere near as bad as some of the PS3 efforts. Like some of them were really bad. And then PES 2015, I think the one with Guts on the cover, that was the first one on PS4. I think that was a pretty good game on the pitch, but there was a lot missing from edit mode and stuff. So that was again a bit of a transition. It was only 2016 where we could properly get going with the option files again. Bit of a transition year there, so I don't really want that. I want the edit mode to be at least as good as it is now, hopefully better, but the edit mode is it really does set it apart from FIFA, because when FIFA have got Piemonte Calcio this year instead of the Juventus, that they can't, you can't just edit that in FIFA. You can't just give them the right Juventus strip like you can in PES, and that's a big deal, man. I don't play matches if I don't play matches with teams with unlicensed, unofficial looking kits. It just takes me completely out of takes me completely out of the atmosphere. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean. And yeah, so if we got into this great new engine, gameplay's most important, obviously, but if we had to go back to Man Red and Man Blue with those plain red and blue strips, or when Brazil played with a green strip and one of them, I don't want to go back to that, man. I really don't. So we need the edit mode. Hopefully we can still use Photoshop and GIMP and stuff, and put them into edit mode. What I would really like is if you could just download an option file straight from the game. You don't have to mess about with a PC and a USB stick and all that. That'd be brilliant. I mean, if you go into the WWE games, those WWE games, they're not any good, right? But in that respect, they're quite good. So if you wanted Hulk Hogan or something in the current WWE game, he's not in it, but in the game you go to the community tab and you can download a perfect recreation of Hulk Hogan there and then. It's not official, but it's spot on, and then he's in the game. If we had something like that for PES, that'd save quite a bit of hassle, because the work that they do with the option files is fantastic, and I'm so grateful for it, but it's still a pain in the arse at the end of the day, isn't it? Having to do that on your PC, watch the YouTube tutorial because you've forgotten how every year. Or is that just me? I don't know. That's what I kind of want, off the pitch. In terms of on the pitch, I think we all want the gameplay to be a bit less on rails. That's got a bit better, I think, through the years on Fox Engine, but it's still there. This you still see like just players doing what you're not instructing them to do. You especially see it online. Like I barely play online because it's rubbish, but like that's what you see. Like you're just constantly wrestling with the controls. I want dribbling to be much better. Like it's so hard to dribble past opponents at the moment. It really is. It's just, I know you can't be doing it all the time, but they need to make dribbling more effective. They need to completely rework the trick system. It's just not effective at all. There's only a couple of effective moves, like the La Croqueta, the one with Neymar, Everton and Thiago. The way they do the way they roll the ball, and it's like quite accelerated kind of La Croqueta. That's like a really effective trick. That's like the only one really. 360 spins, pretty useless unless you're doing it at like a 45-degree angle. That can sometimes be useful. Step overs, pretty useless, and you can't really chain them together like you can in FIFA. Rainbow flicks, just kind of gimmicky, whatever. Inside bounce is like really stupid, and the cut behind and turn and the scotch, like they're useless. They really are. They've always been useless. They've never been any good, and they completely stop your momentum as well, and it doesn't look realistic. Obviously we can't go fully in the direction of FIFA, because FIFA's just got insane nowadays with the tricks. Everyone's scoring these like chipped back heels and all that. It's ridiculous, but I'd like it to go more in FIFA's direction, rely a lot more on player input and not on these context sensitive animations that I really can't stand. I want some player skill to be put back into the trick moves, and I want it to be effective. I want dribbling to be more effective as a whole. Passing's okay, I think. Shooting could be a bit better, but passing and shooting, I think, are miles ahead of FIFA. So I don't want them to tamper with that too much, to be honest. But yeah, dribbling and AI, that's what they've really got to work on. On the pitch, I think. Cosmetically, I think the facial animation could definitely be better. So the faces themselves, statically, they look fantastic, especially the 3D scan players. But when you see them, lined up singing the national anthem and things like that, it kind of looks like, it's a bit like Terminator 1, when he's looking in the mirror and he's like cutting out his eye. It doesn't look great. So that'd be nice. And I want better grass as well. Yeah, I think the grass in like 2016 and 2018, I'll splice some of those videos in here. I think they look a lot better than 19 and 20. I think the pitches in the day in 20 look okay, but at night, yeah, they're kind of poor. And 2019's were really bad just altogether. Whenever you see like a pitch mod, like a graphics mod for PES, it's always so much better than the official version. And it's just like, why is this always happening? Like year on year, you see like much better grass than you do in the official game. Like that, there should be that shouldn't happen every year. Let's face it. Not engine specific. These are things they could feasibly do with a PES sequel. So this isn't necessarily to do with the Unreal Engine. I want a presentation editor, like I mentioned before. I want to be able to put in, my own graphics and transitions and things like that. Add a wee BT Sport or a wee ESPN logo. That'd be really good. And I want to be able to use those My Club legends offline as well. I don't want to play My Club to, have to want to use like Maradona and Ronaldinho and that. I want to just use them offline. If I'm not going to use them online, who's it hurting? I'll pay like a £10 season pass, give me them all, I'll do that. But that's the end of my thoughts. I tried not to ramble too much. We've hit about 20 minutes now, so I think that's a good point to call it a day. So thanks for watching, and please comment below if you disagree or agree with anything. I'll look forward to reading it. Alright, cheers guys.